Hey, good afternoon, guys. This is Hector. Listen, I already gone through this a couple of times. I gotta keep it under 15 minutes. So here we go. On today's lesson, we're gonna learn how to load up maps. There are two types of maps. There is a map and there's a location. Okay, so we're gonna do two things. We're gonna learn how to upload a map. Okay, so we're gonna go there. In order to get there, you log on back in, go to dashboard. Once you're in dashboard, we're going to scroll to the bottom of the page. Okay, I'll explain to you what plugins and widgets are in a later thing. But we have this widget called WP Google Map. We're going to add a map. Just bear with me. Just go along. So we're going to add a map. There's a difference between adding a map and then adding a location. The map comes first, the location comes later. You can't add a location if you don't have a map first. So we're going to do is add map. All our maps are already there. Okay, so our first lesson is adding a map. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it's like. Okay, and then after that I want you guys to do the same thing, and then I'm going to do a separate video on added locations. Okay, so in this one here we're going to call it Kansas. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. That's one. I'm going to go back to the maps, and I'm actually going to manage maps. Manage maps means that you already have maps. I already created one called Kansas, and I already have one called Denver. I'm going to delete both of them. So I'm going to show you what happens. So Kansas is here. I already had created, but let's go here really quickly. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to show you what it's like. So one way was add map. The other way is to make a copy of the map. So here we go. We have all the information. Okay. So the longitude and longitude. I'm going to show you how to get those. And the locations are created separately. If you have Kansas and you wanted to add Iowa and all the chapters that go along with it, you're going to have to create the locations for that. Okay. Or any other location. But we're going to add a map with the region of Kansas, and then we're going to, in a different video, we're going to add locations that are chapters from the Kansas City or the Kansas region. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Now, the way you create it, again, you go to, let's just go back to Manage Maps, and for simplicity, instead of adding all the information, let's say you already done another one, you can actually make a copy. We're just going to add a copy of this one. We're going to go copy, and then it will create another one. Right now we have 10 items here. It's going to be 11. Okay, now for this particular exercise, I'm going to delete the original. Just imagine it was never there. Or again, because I'm going to delete these two at the end. So delete. Yes, I'm sure. Now let's say you had made a copy from the Seattle, and because most of the stuff that you need is similar. The thing again is the title, and then of course the longitude. So I'm going to edit. When you make a copy, let's say it was San Francisco or Seattle regional office, we're going to change the name. So here's where, if this will say Seattle, you change it to Kansas. I'm going to delete this here. Okay. For simplicity, I'll show you where I find the latitude and longitude. You would add these two. Right now we don't have the location, so we're not going to worry about that. All the information should be the same because again, they're all going to be similar. And you're going to hit save. Every single one. So now it's done, it's saved. So I'm going to go back to Manage Maps. It's doing its thing. and we go back to 10 items because we deleted that other one. Okay, so now how do you go about creating one from scratch? All right, we go back to add map, and this is going to be Aaron for you too. You guys are going to do it this way too. So Zach and Aaron, you both are going to create this. I'm going to delete them. Okay, you add the map title, you go center latitude, center longitude. Okay, how do we go about doing it? I'm going to send you 2 links. This is one of them. What you would do is you would put the address for the Kansas City region. Now, how do you go about doing that? This address came from another link that I was sending you, but I created an Excel spreadsheet that'll make it easier, okay? But it comes from here. I'm going to send you this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet will have what you need. Aaron, yours is blue, and you'll see headquarters 7. Actually, I'm going to change that color. I'm sorry, it will say, you'll see it region 8, Denver. I'm going to change that color. Zachary, you click here. This is where you get the address, which was similar to the website that I showed you a second ago. But this is just as simple. When you creating the locations, then you would just click on the particular locations. For you, Zachary, is this orange, dark orange looking color. You click on that and it'll bring you to a similar page like this one here with that address. And I'm going to show you the information you're going to need. Okay? So Kansas City region 7, you scroll down, and this is what you're going to use, this address right here. If we go back to our latitude and longitude, you would put this information here, which is this information here. And I'm going to do that from scratch. We're going to put 1100 Main Street, Control C, space, C, and then you hit find. In a minute you'll see, just remember 336-807. Find. It'll take that address, 336-807. Now you take this information and you would plug it in here. So then you just do a Control C, latitude, copy and paste. When you've done that, now you have all the information you need. Again, put the Kansas. There we go. Kansas. You're going to need a couple things from here. When you're creating from scratch like we're doing now, you want to make sure that you look at a previous one and make sure that you had check off whichever needed to be done. We've done this, and I'm not going to go through it because, again, it has to be quick. And then you hit Save Map. When you hit Save Map, I want you to take note of one thing when we go back to Manage Maps. When it finishes doing this thing, please enter map height. Again, the map height is going to be, I think it was 600 by 300. I could be wrong, I can't remember. But let's just add that. It asks you for information that you need. That's why I like copying it, because I already worked on it, and then all I do is change the name, change the longitude, latitude, and then on some of them we already created the locations. For yours we have not. Okay, so map added successfully. So we're going to go back down here, Manage Maps, and we're going to see that. I'm going to delete this. Okay, and I'm going to delete Denver. So yeah, so I did do it right. Map width 600, map height 300. We can change the zoom level. As you can see, some of them I didn't do it, but it should all be the same. It should be a roadmap. This shortcode you're going to need for the page, but just remember that, okay? And that's how you create a map. Now we're going to take this, Control C. We're going to go to the main page. Just and for shits and giggles, let's skip this, and we have gone through the main page, then we came to the regions. This map was created, the one I deleted, was created using that short code. So I'm going to do edit page. And remember that short code? I'm going to show you what it looks like here. This short code was created using 14. I'm going to paste this one. The new short code is 16, so make sure you delete this one. It shouldn't be there. It's not going to be there because I'm going to delete it. Your short code will be a different number. It might be 17, 18, or 19, or 100. Okay? You do update. And then my next video, I'm going to show you how to add locations. And then once it's finished doing its thing, we're going to hit preview. Okay, preview. I'm going to show you how to create a location, and in preview, oh, here it is. Okay, good. It's taking a little longer. Technically, this right here takes me to Kansas. It's kind of zoomed me in. On the next area, we're going to create a little tab, a location that will create a little tab here for Iowa, one for Kansas, one for Missouri, and one for Nebraska. And so you have these links in here. Okay, so that's it for this particular video, and I am going to end it because I can't